Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Palestine, Texas for a district matchup between the Lindale Eagles and the Palestine Wildcats. I'm Brett Swinney. Alongside me tonight, Jeremy Diamond. And Jeremy, it's good to be back in the booth on a Friday night for high school football.
It is. It's another Friday Night Lights, and feels like the season is flying by, but we've got another great matchup here tonight.
Should be a good one here. We've got two teams kind of going in opposite directions right now. Lindale coming into this game at 5-0, coming off a bye week, a big win. We saw them play last game, actually, 2 weeks ago in Lindale against a Chapel Hill team that came in highly ranked, and Lindale put it to them. And so they're looking to kind of bounce back, use that some momentum on in the off week to get healthy and focus here against the Palestine team, which right now we saw them early in the season against Nacogdoches here, and they just yet to get a win. But this district, I mean, it's tough, and so any week you've got to be prepared to for the game. You've got to be prepared. So if you're Lindale, you can't come in here and just think you're just going to walk in and get a W. Palestine's, they're looking for a win, and so they're going to be hungry here in a home game. Hey, by the way, is it homecoming tonight? Just checking.
I think this might be the first week in a while that we haven't had a homecoming.
Okay. I just was checking because, we've kind of had a streak of homecoming games here.
That's what my dad's running camera tonight on the way down here. We were talking about that, like when was the last time we didn't have a homecoming? And so I think this is our first one in about 4 or 5 weeks that we haven't had at least one homecoming game.
Yep. So we're gonna have a non-homecoming game here, and we've seen both teams. I mean, we saw an impressive outing by Hank Thurman a couple of weeks ago from Lindale. He had over 200 yards of rushing yards on the ground, and the two-headed attack with him and then the quarterback David Lindig. Be interested to see how they look against Palestine. Palestine, we saw them against Nacogdoches. They have Martin didn't play very well. They didn't get in the ball in spots where he could be successful. So I think that's going to be. I don't want to steal your keys, but I think that might be something that you might mention here. Let's look at your keys for tonight's game.
Yeah. So I think the biggest one for Palestine is they've got to win the time of possession. They need to have the ball more than Lindale. That's got to be the first big key. And then the second one, they've got to. You mentioned it, the run game of Lindale. You've got to stop the run game, right? Slow it down. And then lastly, Martin was the key I thought about, but really I think for them they've got to force some turnovers. If you're going to beat this Lindale team, you got to make them give up the ball. And so I think winning the time of possession, forcing turnovers, and stopping the run. If you can do those three things, I think you walk out of here tonight with a W. Yeah,
you got to steal possessions with those turnovers. They got to have more possessions than Lindale if they're going to get a chance to get this win.
Yeah, and I think if you're Lindale, I think for them it's going to be score early and often, right? They want to put this game away quickly. They don't want to give I think the longer that Palestine can hang around, the more likely they feel like they can get a win. So I think if you're Lindale, you want to get it done early, right? And then I think for them winning on special teams. Palestine's got a great punter and kicker, and so if you can take advantage of that and be the leader on the special teams, then that's a good way to win. And then lastly, just keep this Palestine team behind the chains. Don't let them get any big yardage on first down. Make them work for every inch. And we saw, like you said 2 weeks ago, we saw the defensive line for Lindale just wreak havoc. And then, Palestine's got Cason Applewhite, who's a North Texas commit, and he can wreak havoc as well. And so you've got that interesting matchup in the trenches that you usually have each week that matters so much.
Well, and we've got the chat open tonight, so make sure you let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching tonight. We got our first chat, Walling Family Outdoors, no Westwood Crockett game tonight. So the Westwood Crockett game, we had originally scheduled that for last night, Thursday, and then they moved the game to Friday. Well, we didn't have we already had commitments to games on Friday, so we had to drop that one from the schedule, unfortunately. But we'll still be keeping an eye on that score as we follow Westwood closely. They're kind of highly ranked in one of our polls, I believe.
Yeah, so. Not too shabby to be the number 1 3A 2A TAPS team in the East Texas area. Yeah, it's that's the blessing and the curse sometimes of the Friday night games is there are so many great games we can't cover them all. We'd love to, and so But yeah, we're keeping an eye on that, and we'll keep you updated with scores as we move along as well.
All right, so I've got also going to have get a little poll going here shortly as we see the Lindale Eagles run into the field. Their white-out jerseys tonight.
Yeah, and it looks like both. You know, we kind of sometimes when you're an announcer or a broadcaster or someone in the booth, you know, you pray for numbers that are easy to read, and Palestine has done a great job. The white on maroon is easy. And then Lindale's got the blue on white. Those look pretty easy to read as well. You know, it's hard when they do like the silver numbers on a white jersey or something like that. And so thankfully for us, we should get a pretty good look at both these teams and give you accurate representations of who's doing what tonight.
So we're getting ready to have the national anthem. So we'll take it down to the field. We'll be right back here on NETSN. All right, we are back here. We're going to go to the coin toss. We've got captains here for Palestine. Jeremy is going to be back with us in just a minute. Captains are, looks like Kaysen Applewhite, number 21. We've got number 3, Don Brooks. Number 77, Owasazi Danzo. Sorry if I mispronounced there. And we've got number 9, London Brown. Those are the captains. For Lindale, looks like we've got 0, Caleb Walker. We've got number 1, David Lindig. And let's see. The other one's hidden right now at the moment. Let's see if we can. Looks like 48. That's going to be Elijah Hawley. So those are your captains here. Just bear with us on the camera. We're having to adjust. So we've got somebody that's kind of tall in front, so we're having to readjust the camera. So just bear with us a second as we have the coin toss going on right now. We've got Palestine won the toss, and they're going to receive. So they'll take the ball first to start the game. So we'll see what Palestine and Mr. Ashton Cook can get going here to start this game. Now, Lindale did get the ball first against Chapel Hill a few weeks ago in their opening district game, and they immediately ran a trick play, got Chapel Hill on a double pass play, and immediately hit the touchdown pass. So see if Palestine can get off to a good start. They're really going to need to tonight to be successful against this potented Lindale rushing attack. Again, we've got the poll going right now. We'll see who's got more fans. We've got, who are you cheering for? Are you here cheering for Lindale? Are you cheering for Palestine? Or just watching football on NETSN. You just love tuning in to what we do. I know we have some of those that just love to tune in. Let's see, we've got kicking off for Lindale is going to be number 20, Camden Lang. He's going to be kicking off. Back deep for Palestine. Looks like it's going to be number 6, C.J. Jones. And on the far side, let's see who that's going to be. That's going to be number 14, Desarian Cummings. So kickoff, and we are underway here in Palestine. Is the kickoff bobbled inside the 5 by Jones, and he is going nowhere fast, and they're going to give him forward progress to the 4. So not the field position you want if you are Palestine. So 1st and 10 from their own. Well, they're going to put it. They're going to put it at the. They're marking it at the 1. Wow, they didn't give him very good forward progress. I thought he might have got a little farther, but they're 1st and 10 from your own 1, Jeremy. Not ideal starting position for Palestine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have to go 99 yards, that's a way to control the time of possession, but probably not the start you want.
Yeah, well, the snap or the field was bobbled by Cook. He bobbled it a couple times before he got going, and then by then a whole flock of Eagles was there. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be who was that? That's 20. That's going to be number 20. Briscoe. I don't remember having him last time running the football.
No, he didn't.
So this is interesting, a little bit different. It was week 1 we saw Palestine last.
So 3 yards on that one.
So good run on 1st down. It's going to go outside. Had Martin open, just couldn't connect with him. Incomplete.
Yeah, he had a good step and a half there and just missed the throw.
And that's London Brown at quarterback. So it's not Cook that we saw in week 1 as well. So a couple changes here, Jeremy.
Yeah, they're trying to keep us on our toes here.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 7. And is going to scramble away. Actually, no, handoff to number 20 again. That's Briscoe, and gets to the 5. That's it. So it's like it's going to be 3 and out for Palestine, and they'll be punting in a danger zone here.
Yeah, and definitely not the start you want, right? You want to get off on a good foot, and it's one thing to go 3 and out, but going 3 and out from your start of your own 1 yard line is a tough way to go.
So it looks like we've got Colt James back to punt for Palestine.
Yeah, and he was an all-state punter and kicker last year for Palestine.
It's a nice weapon to have. Nice punt.
I was going to say, he rips a big one.
It's going to be fielded at the 45-yard line. It's fielded by number 23, J.B. Ray, and a good return for Ray up to the 30-yard line. So Lindale get great field position. If you could get any polar opposites, Jeremy, right here.
Yeah, that's about as opposite as you can get. 30 yards to go versus 99 is a big difference, and so Lindale's going to look to do a quick capitalization here. And again, the man to watch on the D-line for the Wildcats is that man, number 21, the far defensive end, Kaysen Applewhite. Again, he's a North Texas commit, and he will look to make some noise in the backfield tonight and try to slow down this rushing attack of Lindale.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. He's got a man in motion. Lindig's going to fake the throw, then he decides to keep it, and he's going to scramble all around. I think he's going to take a loss of 1. Oh, we got a late flag.
Man. Oof.
Those are man,
that's a tough one. It was a little bump.
On the carry. No gain.
So let's see what the call is going to be.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty.
You hate those because you had a really good defensive stop there for Palestine. It forced Lindale to kind of scramble around. I think it was going to be a loss of 1 there.
Yeah.
And now you get let them get in the red zone there. Just kind of give them a freebie.
Yeah, and I know we're protecting players, and that was a pretty soft bump out of bounds for a 15-yard penalty. But again, I'm sure they're trying to keep it tight early.
Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. That is Thurman right up the middle, and he's going to
And
score. Touchdown, Lindale. And
we said that's the guy to watch, right? We said Thurman's the guy to watch.
15-yard touchdown run for Hank Thurman. It's like he touched the ball, and it was immediately a result there.
And this is Elijah Pollard, the kicker here. Going to look to make it 7-0 Eagles.
Kick up and good. 9:54 left here in the first quarter. Lindale strikes first. That leaves 7-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here in Palestine, Texas tonight for a 4A Division I District 9 matchup here as Lindale, quick strike, takes a couple of plays, gets a nice benefit of a personal foul from Palestine and takes advantage of it, and they lead 7-0. Little squibber on the ground, and it's going to be fielded and down. I think it was fielded there by number 6, C.J. Jones.
Yeah, and I think he probably wanted to run, and his teammates said, we just need to get down, take advantage of the field position here. So they're going to start from the 30.
Keep the votes coming in. Also, we'd like to welcome everybody into the chat and let us know who you're watching, where you're watching. I know you're voting, but we'll give you a shout-outs on air. You're watching from wherever. We want to see who's watching from the farthest away tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Who's gonna be that person tonight?
Yeah, and Brown again is at quarterback, and so.
All right. And that was weird. Something was way off there.
Yeah.
Just.
That's the worst. Okay, so as a former coach, you look at the wide receiver and say, your job is to watch the ball. The ball does not move. You don't move, right? And then he's in such a hurry to make the play, right, that he takes off early. And not only that, he gives away the play, right? He gives away the fact that it was going to be a quick bubble screen there because he immediately starts blocking the DB in front of him. And so it's a penalty, and it kills your play call. And then it's just brutal.
You almost can't really go back to that one again.
Right. You got to go somewhere else.
Back to pass. Flings it over. Incomplete. It's intended for number 11, DeAndre Turner.
Yeah, and Brown's a lefty. So that ball comes out a little different, right? So you're going to see more left rolls tonight probably than right rolls.
And he's got a little pop on his throw, too. It's definitely got some heat on it.
Yeah, that was just an off-target throw a little bit there, probably due to him running to his left.
So Brown's going to line up here at 2nd down and 15. And they're going to pitch it. Oh, that was dangerous. It got there.
Somehow.
As Briscoe was able to come up with it. Man, that could have been a bad play for Palestine. Fortunate break there that they were able to get that to their intended running back. We got a couple of people chatting in here. We got Charles Green. Oh, wait, we got to start back up here. As our man Jake Munoz, he's a watcher of our show, and I chat back and forth with him on Smokey. Looking forward to the broadcast. He's saying, what's up? Thanks, Jake. Charles Green says, let's go Eagles. Michael Stringfeld says, let's go Eagles. He's watching from Lindale, Texas, as Brown's going to throw quickly. Got a man across the middle and caught. It's number 4, Colt Metters, and
he
he's done
breaks
a big
a few
game.
tackles there, yeah.
Nice job, and a big first down for Palestine to get something going. And we got Jerome says, let's go Wildcats, watching from Geismar, Louisiana. I would say that's the farthest. Lindale's pretty close, so we'll see if anybody...
Winning so far, yeah. So good 18-yard completion there from Brown to Metters. Gets him to the, I guess it was 19. They gave him the 46 on that one, so 19 on the completion.
I like the play call there. They were able to get Brown a quick route before Lindale is able to get their pressure up front. Their defensive line is probably one of the strengths of their team. And then they're going to give it right back with a penalty, I think. Oh, man.
Yeah, that kills you. You know, you get a big play, you get a little momentum, and then you false start. Yeah, already they've racked up 25 yards in penalties right in just this short stretch. And, again, it's hard to beat a good team, but it's hard to beat a good team when you're beating yourself by committing penalties and giving up yardage.
Yeah, those are the things you need to the other team, you want the other team to do to you when you need those kind of wins. That's tough. So clock rolling here. Now a 1st and 15 for Palestine. Brown is going to fake the handoff, go around the left side. He's got room. He's got a crease.
Oh, he's going.
There he goes. Brown will not be caught. Touchdown.
Man, 59 yards.
59-yard touchdown run for Brown. Just what they needed. Was it just what the doctor ordered, Jeremy?
Yes, I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for. A 59-yard touchdown there. That was a great pull. Zone read. They left the end unblocked, and he chose the running back, and then that leaves that space wide open.
It was just a small enough crease, and he just shot through it like a rocket, and then there was nobody catching after that.
Yeah, so, again, that might be why he's got the signal call here, because of that extra he brings, right, that speed. He pulled away from guys there.
So on for the point after. It's Colt James looking to tie this game up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good.
He's got plenty of leg on that one.
So with 7:53 left here in the first quarter, Palestine says not so fast. They've knotted it up at 7. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back here on NETSN. So we've got Corbett Mathis said, Lindale band supporters from Baton Rouge here. Well, we will have the entire halftime show here on NETSN, as we always do. To me, the football, it's not just the football players that, we like to shout out. We got the cheerleaders that spend a lot of time preparing for tonight, the band, your drill team, your
color guard
twirlers.
oftentimes, right? Twirlers. Yeah,
all those people. The tunnel people, we love to give everybody some love tonight. So we will have the halftime show. We got Stephen B. He says, go Lindale, watching from Tyler. Oh, Michael says, go Lindale, man. He's chatting it up earlier. So keep the chats coming. Kickoff is deep. Will be fielded right at the 6-yard line.
That's Ray again on the return.
And Ray has got a hole, and there he goes. Ray. Can he beat the kicker? Oh, he got by the kicker. He's got one man to beat. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
What a return, though.
Man, when you need a spark, you just give up a touchdown, and Ray says, oh, not so fast. I'll just put you guys on my back and get better field position than they did last time, Jerry.
Man. That was an 87-yard kickoff return there. Gets them all the way down to the 8-yard line.
What?
Yeah, and if you're Palestine, right, you're like, right, because you just got something going your way, and then it feels like Lindale, like a heavyweight fighter, they take the next swing and hit you big, and so now the defense is kind of behind here.
We might have some points in this game tonight.
Yeah, it might be a barn burner.
I don't think we're having a 14-7 slugfest here.
No.
Lid did get in the gun. Sends a man in motion. He's going to throw out to the left side, and it's going to be caught. Looks like that was number 6, Fowler, I believe. He's just going to be just short of the touchdown. He comes up a little limp there.
Yeah, looks like they're going to give him 7 on the catch.
He's going to need to get a replacement in. I would be really surprised if this is in anybody's hands but Hank Thurman.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option to me would be maybe a Lindig pull if everybody dives on Thurman.
I don't think it on second down and 1. I think you just give it to the back. We'll see.
Let us see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. And it's going to be Thurman. He goes around the left side and easily scores the Lindale touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Thurman.
You break the first tackle, and then you're home free.
So just like that, Lindale's like, we'll answer right back. We got a shootout. We were the Kings early in the season. You and I, we had 15-14 and 14-10 and 18 this, right? And then the last 2 weeks we've had some scores. So offense is starting to pick up here, I think.
Yeah, it's nice to be off. Defense is great. I love it. But, man, offense is fun to watch.
Good snap, good hold, low kick. And it sneaks through. And not the prettiest for Pollard, but it's in anyway. So with 6:52 left here in the first quarter, Lindale now leads 14-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
All right, we are back here on NETSN. We got Corey Davis, number 44, class of 1998, watching. Said, hit them hard, swarm, let's go Wildcats. All right, well, welcome, Corey. Welcome to the broadcast.
You know, we were just talking during the break, normally if you have a two-play drive, that's not always a good thing. But when you have a two-play drive from the 8-yard line, your opponent's 8, right? And you get a score, that's a good thing. Again, thanks to that 87-yard kickoff return by Ray.
Yeah, if I'm Palestine, you're going to want to make Lindale at least work to score the ball. They haven't had to work too much so far. And the ball is going to take a hop. That's going to be number 5. That's going to be Cook on the return. And a good return for Cook up past the 30. Tackle around the 32-yard line. And we got more laundry on the field, Jeremy.
Yeah, I think, yellow might be color of the day.
Could have a laundry mat or. We got Kingston, and it says, can y'all please say hi? Kingston. What's up, Kingston? Kingston Ayers. We'll
thanks
we'll give you
for
a
checking
shout
in.
out. Yeah.
All right, we got a holding.
On the receiving team, number 32.
Man.
10-yard penalty from the end of the
Palestine's racking up the wrong kind of yardage, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's not been a fruitful.
What's that, 40 yards of penalties already?
Yeah.
So that ball now, looks like they had it at 30. I was thinking 32, but then it's going to back them up. So it's going to be a 24.
Had him at the 34.
Yeah, it must have been
34.
That would have been a good spot if it was at 34. But
yeah.
So the 24-yard line will be where Henderson, Palestine takes over 1st and 10.
Oh, we had a false start.
Oh, man.
The center did it first. He had the hold hitch in his get up, and then the left guard shot.
I saw the left guard.
Yeah,
but
the center did the fake snap, and then the left guard reacted to it.
Oh, man. Another penalty. You're going to need the new sheet to keep up with that yardage.
Yeah, it's not been good. Yeah, so now we're at 40. No, we're at we're at 4. No, hold on. See, we're at 40 yards. My math isn't mathing.
Oh, Kingston wants to give a shout out to Peyton. Says get better, well, Peyton. I guess he's wanting to say get well soon. So
Okay.
get well soon, Peyton. Handoff up the middle, a bounce outside there. Nice bounce out for Briscoe, and he's going to get up close to the first down.
It looks like they're going to give it to him.
Man, nice play. The gap was closed inside. He's like, well, I'll just bounce this outside. And a nice run.
Yeah, so.
And you see flashes of talent out there for Palestine.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it's just been a matter of them just shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties. Otherwise, right now they're playing right with Lindale.
We got a discussion here with the sideline judge.
Did we get another penalty? I didn't see a flag.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag, but number 13 gave the telltale. I didn't hold him by throwing his hands in the air after the block.
Oh man, oh man. And Coach Ray's is not happy about that.
The problem is the receiver made himself a target because he made the block and he would have been fine, and then he threw his hands up as if to say, I didn't hold him, which is the telltale sign of I did hold him, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to nullify a big 16-yard run there, which is unfortunate.
Make sure you get your votes in for who you're cheering for in the poll. We're going to see which team has the most votes. Like Lindale's got the big lead early, so Palestine faithful might want to get some votes in. Or if you're just watching, just because you like watching NETSN is also an option. You may not be rooting for either team, just want to see some good football. We have 7 games on the network tonight. So Brown in the shotgun, 1st and 10 now. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. He's going to get up to the 30. Let's see.
33.
No, they didn't give him. I thought he got farther than that. They're not giving him.
They're giving him
28.
28. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30. Yeah.
So be 2nd down and 6. Kingston's definitely for Lindale. He says, "Go Lindale." All right. The chat's hopping tonight. I like it.
It is. It's always nice when it gets going early.
It's going to be a handoff. No, a pull from Brown, and it was Mealy ready. Bounces off the first initial tackler.
And everybody came running.
Yeah, Mason Herndon there was the first on him, and he bounced off of him first. But Mason said, I'm not giving up on you, and ended up helping with a tackle along with a couple other Eagles there.
Yeah, so loss of 5 on that one.
So Jaron, we've got a lot of things going on our network. What's some free stuff they can take advantage of?
Yeah, sure. So the best thing, obviously, is our app. It's free to download, and it comes with live scoring updates where you can update the score. You can see scores going around our area. It's got a pick'em contest we do every week where you can see how you match up against those of us on our network, and along with a lot of other fans that tune in every week. You can look as playoffs get around. We'll have a playoff bracket for you to look at. Yeah, there's just so much stuff, right? There's directions. So if you want to go to a game and you're not sure where the stadium is, you can actually click, and it'll give you directions directly to the stadium.
And Brown pass was incomplete. A lot of contact there. Referees chose not to throw a flag there, and so it'll be punt time for Palestine now.
Yeah, and I think that one, Martin didn't get his head turned around, and so I think that was part of it, is the throw was behind him, and he wasn't looking in, and so I think that's part of why that contact was probably not called. He almost looked like he was running the decoy route on that one, right? Like the route to distract everybody, and yet the ball came his way.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was ready to make a catch. So Mr. James back in for another punt. And another good one for him. It's going to be fielded. Oh, ball's loose, and Palestine's going to recover. As Ray had trouble fielding the punt, and I believe that Palestine jumped on it. It looked like it.
Actually,
did they not?
I think Ray got back on it.
Wow, how did he get back on it?
I don't know.
I thought for sure that ball was in. There was a couple of maroon jerseys.
Well, wait a minute. Now, Yeah, it looks like the defense.
Oh,
is out
okay.
there.
So what a break for Lindale right there, Jeremy. That could have been.
I was confused for a second because Martin came back out, but he's playing corner as well. But I was like, hold on, he's still out there, so maybe I was wrong. But, yeah, it looks like Ray was fortunate enough to get back on it.
Yeah, great hustle play by him because I don't know how he got it. That's just straight effort there. So 1st and 10 from the 49. It's going to be a handoff straight up the middle, and that's Thurman again. And he's going to get about 5 up to the 46.
Yeah, and just like that, one play and they're in enemy territory, right? And it feels like that's kind of been the problem of the night.
That's
so
the
far.
first offensive snap inside their own territory tonight. Because they've been in Palestine territory all night. Lindig. Hands off to Thurman again. Thurman just chugging right along. Nothing fancy. Again, we say it all the time. We said it a few weeks ago. He just gets the ball and knows what to do with it.
Yeah, 7 yards on that run and a first down. Yeah, he just it's weird. I mean, he's quick. He's pretty fast, but you wouldn't put him in like track star speed, right? And yet he's so elusive. Like in the hole, like we've seen it the last couple times we watched him. Like guys look like they've got him squared up, and they just barely touch him when he gets by him. I mean, it's an unbelievable athletic trait he's got.
And it's Thurman again. Kind of stutter steps, bounces outside. He's going to get tackled down at the 36-yard line, so a gain of 3.
Yeah, in that game we saw 2 weeks ago, he had 40 carries for 200 and some yards and had a big night, and I wouldn't be shocked if he was somewhere in that 30-plus carry range again tonight. Again, if that's the case, Lindale's probably on the winning side of that if they can get him that many carries tonight.
And this time it's going to be a keep from Lindig, and he has got a lot of room in front of him. There's going to be a holding, though, I think is going to bring that back. It's a touchdown at this point for Lindig, but
yeah, I think Copeland's going to get called for the hold. He had a clean block, and then the guy tried to disengage from the block, and Copeland didn't let go, and it's going to wipe off a touchdown run.
And Lindig, he didn't need it, I don't think, too. He had an open crease.
Yeah, and so that's frustrating, right? When you've got a guy that's going to the house and doesn't need the help, and somebody tries to help just a little bit longer.
On the offense, number 9, 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Remains, 2nd down.
So a break for Palestine there, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it. Now, again, it's from the spot. So they'll still gain yardage, it looks like. Jeremy is going to be spotted at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, because the block happened well downfield, so really they got 4 yards on the play. So a holding penalty to gain.
Still a break for obviously because they don't get a touchdown there, at least on that one. And it's going to be a play action for Lindig. Going to toss it over. It's number 7 on the catch. That's Jackson LeGros, and he's going to get inside the 20. Just right at the 20-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, so 12 yards there for LeGros.
LeGros getting a little offensive production. He played a great defensive game a couple weeks ago. Had a big interception in that game, and does a great job at safety. And in a tough task against those talented Chapel Hill receivers, he was able to contain them for most of the night.
Yeah, he played a good rangy center field that night and kept the ball from going over the top.
Play action for Lindig. He's got a man wide open. Oh, just overshoots him. Intended for Brody Copeland. And, man.
He had him wide open and just a little bit excited on the throw. And, yeah, that's one you want back, too.
Yeah.
That's one easy pitching
That's
catch.
one you almost want to throw a little lob under it because there's nobody there. Just kind of toss it up. He put a little too much mustard on it, I think. So 2nd down and 10 from the 20 for the Eagles. Lindig going to give the ball to his man Thurman. And Thurman with a nice run is going to pick up about 7, I think, there on that play. So it's going to be marked down around the 13.
And again, he just has that knack for falling forward. Even when he does get contacted, he's still going to get another yard or two out of it. with just his body lean and his feet don't stop.
He just rarely gets hit and goes backwards.
Yeah.
It's either, staying as is or goes forward with it. Lindig, quick pass. Oh, we had a battle going on outside there with looks like number 8 Reed Carnathan and number 3 Don Brooks there. They were it was like a wrestling match going on.
Brooks did a good job of really getting Carnathan in the way there of Brody Copeland there, because Brody was trying to bubble back and he couldn't get there because Brooks had shoved Carnathan in the way.
It was almost one of those matches in wrestling, Jeremy, where there was a bunch of stuff going on and what they were trying to do didn't work.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of mess going on there. So 4th down and 3, and you're going to give to who else?
Oh, man.
Thurman. He's going to be untouched into the end zone for the 13-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that's crushing, right? Because you force a 4th down, and then you give up an untouched run to the end zone.
I mean, he could have stopped, got some ice cream or something there. There was nobody in the vicinity for Thurman.
And again, that comes down to defensive discipline, right? There's a defensive end or a linebacker that's got that outside edge and lost contain and bit for whatever was going on.
And the kick is up and good. So with 1:39 left here in the first quarter, Lindale extends their lead. They're up 21-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN. And we are back here on NETSN.
And again, we talked about it last time we were here, but this is a great facility. I believe it was redone in the I think 2010-ish, somewhere in there, and they did a great job with it.
Ooh, a little ball with some butter on it, but covered there by Jamarcus Brumley.
That third bounce. It's that second or third bounce that ball kicks up like that.
You just need to go field it. There's no reason not to.
He was almost waiting on it, and by waiting, it almost popped over his head.
We'd like to welcome Chad Wilmuth to the chat. He said, "Let's go, Lindale." Thanks for tuning in, Chad. We appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. Hey, ways you can help us out tonight. Subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. You just go to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. You'll know when we go live. There's lots of games. We may or may not have your team every week, but we always have somebody around. So if you just like high school football, you're checking out some other teams or other games, they're there. Also, hit that like button on this video tonight. If you're enjoying the broadcast, hit like. It helps us out as well. None of those things cost a dime. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. I believe it's going to be Briscoe again.
One official's giving him 2, one's giving him 3.
They don't have a clue down there, do they? That's just somewhere in between, right?
Yeah, 2.5. Looks like they're going to give him 3 on the carries.
Okay, so 2nd down and 7. Also, if you've got the app, go update scores for us so that you see that lovely ticker at the top. It's controlled by you guys and anyone that's submitting scores on our app, and we appreciate you for taking care of that for us if you're at a game. And a miscommunication, and who was in the middle of it? None other than Caleb Walker.
Caleb Walker. That goes that man. He's disruptive. Again, he was back there with Jonah Rhodes.
And just some kind of not great communication there from Brown, too. It almost looked like he wasn't sure if he wanted to pull it or not.
Yeah, it was a little indecisive on that one, and I think we're going to get to the end of the quarter. It looks like they're synced up here, the play clock and the first quarter clock. This would be that fun, like, okey doke, like run out real fast and line up and run a play, you know?
Yeah.
Make it look like you're walking to the other end and then change your mind.
So that's going to do it for the first quarter here, and what a quarter it's been.
Lindale 21, Palestine 7.
And you were right. It is 21-7. There you go. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. You didn't get that one on there. All right, through the first quarter play, we've got a 21-7 lead for Lindale. Be right back here on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
We're going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks a tackle. Oh, my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picked up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
And we're back on NETSN as they got back quickly to the line, and immediately Palestine with a big play up close to midfield. Man, that was a quick quarter change there, Jeremy.
They didn't wait at all, did they?
No.
They said, hold on, we're going to go.
Usually it's about a minute break, and it was not. It was more like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so it looked like a 15-yard pass play there. The pass was caught by number 6, C.J. Jones.
So Brown,
again, that slant has been the most effective play, that quick throw. Brown just seems comfortable throwing that.
Oh, and he tried to hand it off, and that was number 14, Darian Cummins, and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, Caleb Walker was waiting along with Lincoln Lang, and
if he's waiting, I'm going the other direction, Jeremy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's not the guy that you want to see as you round a corner.
Okay, we got some chat going. Again, thanks, Jake, for getting that missed extra point there. We got that fixed. And we got Steven Jeter says, let's go Eagles, let's get it. We got Nick's Fan Forever says, shout out to the best high school band in Texas, the consecutive 5-time 4A UIL State Military Marching Band. All right, we're looking forward to the halftime show here in about 10 minutes. We'll have that state championship band. You guys are doing an awesome job. Thanks, chat. We appreciate it. So we got a second down and 13 now from the 47-yard line.
For the 44. It was the 7. Now it's the 4 because of the loss. Yeah.
Okay, so 44-yard line. Oh, a deep throw, and no one was home. It was intended for number 6 there. That's C.J. Jones, but I don't think he was looking for the ball.
No, I think he got a step on him, and I think he kind of gave up on it. I think he was expecting to be the secondary route and the other one to get the ball, and Brown decided to throw it up there, and just a miscommunication.
Fortunately for Brown, he overthrew everyone, as Lindale could have easily picked that off because, the receiver had kind of given up on the play.
Yeah, so a couple of score updates around the area. White House 21, Jacksonville nothing. That's in the second quarter, I believe, with 6:15 left.
I feel like deja vu. Almost the same play. This time it was intended for Don Brooks. And we've got a 4th down, and looks like Palestine will have to punt. Looks like they ran that same play, just kind of wanted that go route down the sideline, Jeremy.
Yeah, and he's having a hard time locating that spot. That's a tough throw, right? Especially left-handed to the right-hand side because you're throwing across your body, and so you've got to dial that in just right. And again, Lindale was ready for it. They had a safety over the top, and so probably fortunate it was off target.
And Brown is a sophomore, so.
That's true.
Steven says he do have the app, so he's got the app. And maybe you can get more people to get the app, Steven. We're back to punt. There is Colt James, a great punt. Going to back Lindale up inside the 20. It's fair caught by number 23, J.B. Ray. And Lindale, is this their worst field position of the night, I believe? So they're going to actually have to drive the field here if they want to score. So we'll see what Coach Crocker and his team's got drawn up here for possession number 4.
Yeah, they'll take over on their own 17-yard line. Again, this will only be the second play they've had in their own territory in the game, which is just sounds crazy. But again, they've had the ball in fortunate places and then taken advantage of it all 3 times.
We got a nice. We said y'all might be better than Nance and Romo on CBS. Man,
hey-o.
Okay, that's a nice compliment.
I guess you'd be Nance and I'd be Romo. Man,
yeah.
I don't know.
A run up the middle is Hank Thurman again, and a first down on the first play of this drive.
Yeah, I got him exactly 10.
And
we appreciate that shout out. That's pretty high praise.
Then Marcus Ray says, "I agree, Steven. These guys are doing excellent. We get some nice chats tonight. I'm making us feel good."
I know. I needed some of that. Thank you. Hey, we really do. We love what we do. We're blessed to get to do this, and it's a lot of fun for us.
Hand off again. Thurman tries to go outside, but he is met immediately, and that is number 0. That's Obrigbo.
Yeah, Obrigbo. He did excel in that one. That was a great play.
He excelled. He excelled. He worded. He PowerPoint.
Right.
He did the whole suite.
He had the Microsoft suite going. No, I think the great thing on that one too was just his positioning there.
Thurman's going to try again. He's got a little more room this time. A big hit on the sideline, but still able to pick up about 7 there, I think. They got him spotted at the 32.
So they gave him 6 on that one, looks like.
All right. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Yeah, and like we said, we're blessed to get to do this. This is something that is a passion and a love for both of us, and to be able to do this it's a joyful thing for us to get to do. And we love being able to connect families to their loved ones that they may not be able to see in person.
It's going to be a keeper for Lindig. He's got some room. Lindig rumbling, stumbling down the sidelines, and he's going to get up to the 41-yard line, and a big run by Lindig there on 3rd down.
Yeah, so it looked like 27, I think, on that carry.
Just when they needed a 3rd down play, Lindig said, nothing's there. I'm just going to kick it myself and pick up the first.
Yeah, and again, with that 1-2 punch in the backfield, it's got to be nightmares for defensive coordinators, right? We know they're not going to throw it a ton, but when you're effectively running that way, it makes this game hard for the defense.
It's like when they don't have anything else left, Lindig uses his legs. Thurman up the middle, and he keeps those legs churning. Across the 35, they're going to mark him down to 34, so gain of 8 there on 1st down. Again, we'd love to do more of your school. So if you're interested, we've got our schedule this year, but we're expanding every season. So reach out to us and let us know. It just takes some sponsorships. Lindig scrambles around, rolling to his left, and a good defensive play there. The ball is intended for Fowler, but Mr. Brooks said he wasn't going to give him that easy.
Yeah. He said, "You're throwing to the wrong guy." And again, great coverage by him. He was plastered on Fowler, and Lindig was trying to get Fowler to go deep, and Don Brooks wasn't having any of it, and so.
We're about to, and we're already playing in basketball. I mean, it's crazy to think that, but basketball is up. We'll be starting up here in another month or so, and we'll have football for a few more weeks, and then we'll do playoff games, and hopefully we'll be able to grab some East Texas teams as they try to make their way toward a state championship run. And Lindig's going to run up the middle, and Thurman is met immediately and taken down. Looks like that was number 22 on the tackle, Jeremy. Micah Tanksley.
Yeah, man, he came in there like he was shot out of a cannon. And
how about a shot of a tank?
There you go, shot out of a tank. He came from the backside there, and a great chase down. And again, we talked about it. Thurman doesn't go backwards very often, or even get a gain of nothing. And there they were able to stop him. So it's a 4th down here.
I just don't. I think they're going to give it to Thurman again here. I think they're just going to let him do his thing here. 4th and 3. We'll see. They do. Thurman right up the middle easily picks up the 1st down. He wasn't touched till he got past the 1st down sticks. And he's going to be marked down at the 27-yard line. So we 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. Clock rolling here as we got about just over 6 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, and again, I mean those are back-breaking, right? You get them in a 4th down, you get a spot where you think you can make a play, and then Thurman does his thing, and now we've got a new back. We've got Emilian Johnson, in the backfield here, giving Thurman a break.
Not 1,000, a million.
Not a million. That's a great name. I
I
love
know.
that one.
Quick pass for Lindig. Caught. That's number 8 on the reception, Carnathan, and he's going to get inside the red zone and tackled down at the 15-yard line. So Palestine shuffling some guys in and out of here, is trying to get something together to stop this Lindale offense.
See, and then if I'm Amelia Johnson, I want my nickname to be One in a. So it's 1 in a million. You know what I mean? Like 1 in a million Johnson.
1 in a?
One
Okay.
in a. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue. I don't know, maybe. But no, a great chance for him here to get some run. Here he goes.
And Johnson off left tackle, runs hard inside the 10. I think they're going to give him the 10 as a spot, so he'll get 5. And then we got helmet came off. Looks like Trey Kincaid, number 71, is going to jog off, and he'll be replaced. It's like number 56.
66. I think it was
it 66?
Yeah, Tanner Transeer.
Transeer, okay. I was like, if there's not a 56 on my roster here.
Yeah. One of those times where the number's not quite easy to read. The 5 and the 6 look similar. Again, Johnson's still going to remain in the backfield here.
Well, he didn't play in the Chapel Hill game a couple weeks ago. We're not sure if he's been out injured or what, but good to see him back in there. And Johnson's going to keep, and he is met immediately and is going to be stopped for no gain.
And that is Jamarcus Brumley on the stop there. Great play by him.
Yeah, great tackle. And they're going to get Kincaid back in as he's able to get his helmet back on.
Yeah, one of those interesting plays where, like, if the helmet comes off, but if it comes off by, if there's a penalty, they can stay in. But, like, it usually doesn't come off on its own, right?
Yeah.
Somebody typically pushes it off or something. But, again, he's back in after one play.
Johnson running hard, gets a nice surge, is going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to get it at the 5. As they'll move the sticks, they'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles. Clock rolling here just at 4 minutes to go in the first half.
1st and goal.
Looks like they're gonna roll in some new players here. They're gonna go Wildcat, I think.
Must be nice to be able to roll in 4 guys on the skill positions, right, and run 4 out and still be effective. Here you got LeGros in.
Yeah.
He's kind of their Wildcat quarterback.
Yeah, he had a couple of touchdowns that way last game.
Yeah, he's got Lincoln Lang to his right here. So new double set here in the backfield.
So LeGros from the 5. He's going to keep it off the right side, runs hard, and it's going to be close. Uh-oh. I thought the ref was pulling a flag there, a little extracurricular. We'll see where'd they spot it. They spotted the 2 or the 3. Can't tell. When he gets down there in the far end where there's all those big linemen up front, I can't tell.
I think it's the 3.
Okay. So 2-yard gain there on 1st and goal. Steven Jeter says, are you guys doing Lindale Kilgore? No, unfortunately, we're not doing that one, Steven. We'd love to do that one, but we don't have that one on the schedule. Handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown for Jackson LeGros. 3-yard touchdown run for LeGros.
Yeah, great run there by him, following his lead blocker, and took it in and scored.
I do know that if the game's in Kilgore, which I don't know if it is in Kilgore, Linda, I know Kilgore's media team has a stream, and I think you guys also have a stream at home, so I don't know. Probably be one of those streams. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Been good. With 2:41 left here in the first half of play, Lindale extends their lead 28-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here. Steven says it is in Lindale, so that will be a good one. I really wish we could be there for that one. This will kind of, I guess, wrap up our coverage of these two teams. I don't think we have a Palestine or a Lindale game the rest of the way. We'll be all over the place, but I think, see, next week, where are we going next week?
We are
trying to remember. I should know this.
We're in New Diana for Troop at New Diana. That'll be a good one.
To see the Troop Tigers for the first time this season. That'll be a good battle. There's a little low kick, squib kick for Lindale, fielded at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and the Troop Tigers are in our top 3 in the small school poll as well, and they've had a great start to their season. Yeah, you and I get the blessing of going all over the place and picking up a game of the week, and so we've gotten to see a variety. And, a few times we have. This is our second time seeing both of these schools, but a lot of times it's a fresh start every week, and so we've gotten a chance to see teams like Elysian Fields, right? And we've been to Lindale, we've been to Gladewater, right? We've been all over the place.
West Rusk?
Yeah, West Rusk and Tatum. And so we've kind of been a bunch of different places. I've been to Carlisle. You've been to a few that I haven't, and so it's kind of an awesome situation.
So we got a little movement this time up front, and it's going to back Palestine up. And that's why, we'd love to come to your school, and obviously it takes sponsors to make that happen. We've got a few schools that we do cover full time that we have sponsors for, and so the games of the week we have sponsors that cover some of them. But if you looking for your school to get some coverage, you'll reach out to us. We'd love to add some games on for next season, and we kind of bounce around. But if you got somebody that's willing to sponsor the broadcast, we'd love to come do a few more games. So
that's right.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle and taken down after a short gain of 2. Was that Briscoe again?
It was.
Okay, thought so. We've gone.
Actually, I think that was Cummings. I take that back.
Cummings?
That was 14 Cummings.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I know we've expanded this year. We have over 90 games regular season. Last year we didn't have near this many. And every single season we try to expand and add more games, and just love covering these great programs and kids in East Texas. Like, just great football, great communities. It's just a lot of fun.
And if you're not from the East Texas area, I think sometimes people sleep on the quality of football here, right? Because they assume that DFW or maybe the Houston area has the best quality football. But you and I have seen just incredible glimpses this year of teams that are maybe overlooked that shouldn't be. And that's the part of what we love to do, too, is to broadcast these teams that may not get to be seen and showcase talent.
We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one with them. 1:54 left here in the first half as Palestine trails 28-7. Be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And right as we come back from break, we've got what, Jeremy? More what?
More yellow.
Oh, flags all over the place.
Yeah.
That's got to be a killer thing for a coach. You have a timeout where you got to sit down and decide what you're going to do, and you immediately get a penalty.
Yeah, you had a man in motion, and then I think somebody on the line flinched, and so even if it was 2 skill guys, right? You have 2 guys in motion. It's a legal shift, and so it's frustrating, right? Because again, you've cost yourself so much already. That's 60 yards in penalties this game. Right? So, that's over half a field that you've had to back up and work back toward. And so now it's, you're sitting here at a mile, right? You've got to get to the 40-yard line, and you're on the 22. So you got 18 yards.
Brown rolls to his left. Nope, decides better of it. It's going to go back to his right. He's going to decide to run with it, and he runs through a tackler. Nice run. And it's going to be down at the 27, I believe. We got a timeout on the field for Lindale. So that timeout earlier was not Palestine charged. That was the 2-minute timeout. But that timeout will be charged to Lindale with 1:47 to go. See, Walling Family Outdoors said y'all should go to the Westwood Fairfield game. Well, what day is that? We'll have to see if we can.
Yeah.
We can always try to add. We just already have a full schedule, and we've committed.
Our Friday nights are tough, right? Because we've got 7 crews, and all 7 crews are busy every Friday night, and so those are hard. If there's Thursday games, those are sometimes the ones we can add here and there when the opportunity arises.
And again, we had Westwood on the schedule. We just that game was originally Thursday, and we had that one down, and then it got moved. And that happens. I mean, we'll have some games that probably will change to Thursday between now and the season. So it's possible that we could have some games open up. We got a proud aunt, number 8, Reed Carnathan, pronounced Carnathan. But y'all are doing awesome. Love watching this broadcast. Thank you. Go Eagles. The October 31st, that's like a Halloween night. It's going to be a crazy, interesting
Now what
one.
do we got going on? We got another flag or, another false start.
You can just probably say there's another flag. I might just need to leave the flag thing on the scoreboard the whole time.
That button's going to get worn out tonight if guys don't. And Coach Reyes is just so frustrated.
Carnathan. So I guess it's
Carnathan.
Carnathan. We'll work on it, Lindsay Kelly.
That one wasn't on our pronunciation sheet.
Carnathan. Maybe it's just Carnathan. We'll work on it at halftime. Hopefully we'll get to use it in the second half. He'll probably at least get another catch or 2. So 3rd down and a long, Larry says, in a cab ride.
I like that.
3rd and 20, and Coach Reyes didn't like something, so he's going to take a timeout. All right, so we'll take a quick break. 1:50 to go here in the first half. Palestine looking to try to get some points before the first half ends. We'll see if they can do it right here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
All right, back on NETSN. 3rd and 20. Brown in the pocket. Quick throw and caught, and a body slam.
That's often a flag.
Man, I think the catch was made by number 11. That's DeAndre Turner. And then he immediately got it almost looked like a Friday Night SmackDown move, Jeremy. I know it was way early tonight because, it's in Perth.
Yeah, it's way early or way late. I'm not sure.
It's early because we started watching it earlier in the day, so it's already happened. Trying to get caught up because the actual event is, I think, 7 a.m. in the morning. You going to get up and watch?
Unfortunately, I think I've been husbanded into a garage sale.
Oh, you can bring the TV to the garage.
That's
right?
true. I might
just make sure you put a tag on not for sale.
yeah, that'd be my luck. Somebody would walk out with my TV.
So another timeout. Okay, they're trying to. We didn't have any timeouts, and all of a sudden they're just going through them like crazy here. So
and I think that was Lindale taking the timeout because
was.
It's a big 4th down here, so they're looking to get the ball back and try to do something with it before the half.
Palestine's got to punt this, right? I mean, that would be a backbreaker.
Yeah, and again, James can really punt it, but the last time, they gave up a return on the last kickoff or a punt return. They gave us a part of a return because he got such a big leg, and so this is going to be the battle here, right? We said win on special teams, and
so Steven says more laundry on the field than in my hamper.
There you go.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
So it is Colt James back to punt for the Palestine Wildcats, and it's Mr. Ray back to field the punt. He's had some success on returns tonight. We'll see if he can get a chance to do that here.
Westwood now leading 35-21 over Crockett.
So that was a Westwood score, 35-21 over Crockett, here announced in the stadium. Low snap. Oh, great punt. Great punt. It's going to force Ray to call a fair catch back at his own 32. And James got a hold of that one. That even had the old spiral on it.
It did. It looked phenomenal coming off his foot there. And again, what a weapon, right? To have a guy that can do that. And again, he flipped the field because they were on their own 28, and he kicks it all the way down and flips the field to the 32. So if Lindale is going to score, they're going to have to go 68 yards to do so.
So we had another penalty, a declined 5-yard penalty. That was declined. Didn't see who it was on or. Oh, okay. It was accepted. Okay. So a 5-yard penalty that will be accepted. I guess they'll add it to the end. And we stepped off and another 5 more yards against Palestine, Jeremy. Is that 100 penalty yards in the first half?
It's getting close.
I mean, it's got to be pretty close.
70.
Ooh. So Lindig will trot back on with the offense. See who's out there with him.
Yeah, so 62 yards here to the end zone if they can get it here in a minute 35.
Sturman, that's out to his right. Pass for Lindig. Caught and stuck.
Man,
as Colton Dunn was tattooed by Brown.
Or Don Brooks, excuse me. Don Brooks put a lick on him. That clock will stay running, too.
So Lindig's going to play action again. They got a flag on the play, and they're blowing it dead, so I'm assuming it's offensive. Yeah, there's going to be movement. So Lindale's going to back it up 5 here. It's one of those kind of got to the party late, the referee did. He couldn't quite.
He was trying to throw the flag, and I think it stuck in the pocket.
I don't think it would be stuck tonight. I think it would be just flying out.
That thing's got to be greased at this point. It ought to come out easier. That's going to take them all the way back to the original line of scrimmage there to start the drive at the 38.
Again, we are a minute 10 away from our halftime performances. So if you're tuned in for the halftime show, we got a treat for you. Both bands will be performing. We'll have that live and full sound and all here on NETSN. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And they'll try again. 2nd and 10. Lindig scrambles around, looking for some space. He rolls to his right.
Oh, and he got tattooed.
Man.
He got tattooed on that. He threw that ball and he just got popped.
The ball is intended for who? Carnathan. He didn't quite catch a good defense there by a guy we've called a lot, is Don Brooks.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Carr on the big hit there on Lindig.
So got just over a minute to go here. Lindale with a 3rd down and 10. Back to pass. Oh, almost intercepted, almost in the hands of Mr. Elliott Buckler. Man, he was
dreaming of the end zone.
He was looking at that Wildcats end zone down there.
And he forgot to bring the ball with him. Oh. He's frustrated, too, because he did. He had an easy pick. And then it got through him without being touched, and I think it shocked the receiver, and he had no idea it was coming. That could have been a bad situation for Lindale, and I guess fortunate if you're an Eagles fan that ball hits the turf, and if you're a Wildcat fan, you got to have those, right? You got to have that throw where the quarterback finally makes the mistake. You got to capitalize.
So back punting is going to be Lindig here, his first punt of the game. with 55 seconds to go in the half. Good snap. Lindale kind of runs around. He fake punt. He sees it, and he's got room. Wow. Tricky. And I think that's an option, almost like an option punt, Jeremy, where you kind of run around, and then you see, are they watching for you? If they took off and run away and were going to cover, which they did, he has the option to take off and run with it. And that's a
backbreaker. That was 14 yards on the scamper.
And what a putting your quarterback / punter in that with that kind of ability, like that's
it feels like cheating, right? If your quarterback is your punter, because you could do something like that again. And man, what a great time to pull that one out of the bag. And
this would be a backbreaker if they could. And Lindale is scrambling around again.
Applewhite had him, and he got away from him.
Goodness, he did like a 360 spin there. It's like one of those things when you used to run in circles and make someone dizzy and they fail. That's kind of what he did there.
Yeah, it was the old one of the original Maddens. You could run your quarterback in circles, and the defense didn't know what to do, and so you could kind of run him around a little bit and then to get your throw off.
And he would just chase you instead of actually going to where you were going.
He wouldn't cut the angle. He'd just follow you.
Oh, man. We're having too much fun with this.
That's right.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line of Palestine. Lindale back to pass. Oh, low throw. Couldn't come up with it. That was Caden Fowler that was intended receiver.
Yeah, I was down by his knee. That would have been a tough catch on a slant, to make that catch down there that low. And again, another one Lindale you'd probably want to have back here. That's 4 straight incompletions for him. And again, this is not normally what Lindale does. They don't put the ball in the air a lot. This is already, he's got 10 pass attempts. I think that's more pass attempts than he had the whole game against Chapel Hill.
Just shows he can if he needs to. Pass. And it is caught. That's Fowler. So 1st down, Lindale. Clock rolling here. They've got 1 timeout if they need it. They're under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Hurry up offense for Lindale. Play action. Looking across the middle. 3 Palestine guys. Oh, and a big hit. And Fowler just couldn't hang on to that one.
Again, probably another fortunate ball there, because that ball should have been picked.
We didn't see a bounce that we saw last week, Jeremy. That was the bounce. That was probably the bounce of the year, off the helmet.
Oh, man, that thing shot straight up in the air. Hung there forever, it seemed like. And, Cook comes off the field. His shoe came off.
Fortunately for Palestine, fortunately for Lindale, it kind of went straight down. It didn't bounce up. So Lindale looking around, steps up in the pocket, looks to scramble. He's going to stay back across the line of scrimmage and just throw it away. Smart play there.
Smart play.
11 seconds to go. Now, we're looking at, field goal range. We're still at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a 54-yard field goal. I don't know what the range is of Mr. Pollard, but I think they're probably going to be a little bit closer before they try that. Do you take you've got 1 timeout. Do you try to maybe run one here and kind of catch them off guard?
I think you've got to get. Yeah, I think I would. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to run your zone read. Right, it's been your most effective play tonight.
They're going to fake it, and they're going to quick throw. Oh, nice defensive play,
Jeremiah Carr.
Woo. And now you got 4th down and 10 with 7 seconds to go. Now maybe just take a shot.
Do you run the fake punt again? No, you're not going to do that.
Maybe you just take a shot.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? 7 seconds left. Maybe scramble around a little bit, waste a little clock, and then air one out.
I mean, you still have the timeout, but it'd be really pressing to get, run a 10-yard route, catch it, get down, out of bounds, and then get a timeout.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's not likely. I think probably here you're going to see a shot to the end zone. Coach Reyes is going to want to talk it over with his defense here.
He's not going to take any chances. He's going to take the timeout. So a timeout Palestine. So 1 timeout apiece here with 7 seconds to go. I feel like the last part of the second quarter has been really long.
Yeah, it seemed like the first quarter flew by, and then somewhere in there it kind of slowed down here. And
so we got 4th and 10 from the 37-yard line. I think if I'm Palestine, I'm putting some guys back, and I'm gonna give him the short and try to tackle, but
yeah, I think you got to put a couple, 2-3 guys on the end zone, right, on the goal line, and then I think you rush 3, and that gives you 5 guys kind of in the middle of the field to make a play and make a tackle. And so I think that's what you probably have to have a spy in case Lindig wants to run again, right? Or
because they're gonna have to get 10 at least,
right?
Just to even have a chance. And if you're your receiver, you got to know catch it and probably go down unless you can score it.
Because this is you cannot let someone get behind you territory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot let a Lindale Eagle get behind you. This might be where they run that tight end pop. You know, they've run that before. That tight end leaks right down the seam, and they've got 35 with a hand on the ground, and so he'll kind of look like he might be blocking, and then he'll kind of take off, and
they're going to
there he goes right down the seam.
And there it is, and he caught it, and they get the timeout. Wow, good call, Coach.
Hey, you know, I've seen it a few times. We had to play Lindale a bunch back in the day, and they would do that to us. And it was so frustrating because you'd yell it, and they'd still somehow manage to get it off.
It's like you know what you're talking about.
Well, every once in a while.
So now you're going to have the ball at the 18-yard line. So it'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt. I would imagine they're kicking this.
Yeah, good 18-yard pass completion.
All goes back to that fake punt by Lindig, though. This drive never would have gotten this far.
It's true. Now, we have seen all 4 extra points. The kick has been low. Mm-hmm. It's been a low-line drive. You can't low-line drive from here. It's not extra point territory. So there is an option here. I think if I'm Palestine, I'm like, hey, guys, get hands up, right? Send somebody from the edge and try to get a block here. Because, again, they have been. They've kind of skimmed over the top of the goal, you know, the crossbar there, and so it hasn't been a sure, easy thing.
So we'll get the official. They are going to put it down at the 25. So it will be a 35-yard field goal attempt for Camden Lane. And Palestine's got someone back like they want to see if he's going to return it. I guess they don't think he's going to be able to get it there.
Well, and again, Lindig's the holder. Maybe he pops up and try. I don't know. Yeah, I think
at this point, that would probably be something I wouldn't expect, but you never know. Lane will kick it. Kick is up and good. So Lindale will finish the half with a field goal of 35 yards by Camden Lane. So 31-7 at the half here. And, man, what a half it was. Well, we're going to add up some stats and come back here after halftime and let you guys enjoy the halftime show again. At the half, Lindale leads Palestine 31-7. Enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back for the third quarter here on NETSN.
Please welcome to the field the 2025-2026 Lindale High School Star Steppers. The Star Steppers are under the direction of Kerry Pierce and Shelly Johnston. The Star Stepper officers are Lieutenant Faith Olds, Senior Lieutenant Molly Kate DeWolf, Lieutenant Claire Means, Captain Samantha McConaughey, Lieutenant Carly Schultz, Lieutenant Grace Harford, and Lieutenant Caden King. The social officers are Adeline Bills, Harper Ramsey, Kenley Collins, Elle Denson, and Avery Brown. Star Stepper of the Week is Tia Ochoa. Our Outstanding Dance of the Week is Tanya Castillo. Tonight, the Star Steppers will be performing a streamer routine to Starships. Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, Lindale ISD is proud to present the Lindale High School Twirlers. Twirler of the Week is Sela Edwards. Senior head twirler is Kylie Wilkinson. Twirling director is Mrs. Abby Banco. Tonight, the twirlers will perform a dance twirl routine to the Backstreet Boys hit, Larger Than Life. Lindale Independent School District is proud to present the Pride of Lindale, the Lindale High School Eagle Marching Band, sponsored by Eagle title sponsor the Edwards team at Century 21 First Street. This week's band member of the week is Abigail Strickland. The section of the week is the Loading Crew. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Kirby Clem, Elliot Pope, and head drum major Morgan Myrick. The band will be performing a precision military marching drill to Lindale Fanfare 2021 by Ray, Front Section by Bagley, The Florentiner by Fuchik, Robinson's Grand Entry by King, and Cathedral Chorus by Reed. The Eagle Band is under the direction of band director Susan Scott, Braden Lucier, Casey Johnson, Melissa Fisher, Jalen Stewart, Emma Lucier, student teacher Megan Wansley, and head director Weston Fisher. The Eagle Band would like to thank Lindale ISD, the Lindale Band Boosters, and sponsors the Edwards team at Century 21 First Group, Toy Town Preschool, Credit Union of Texas, and Dow Autoplex of Mineola for all your support. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause for the pride of Lindale, Eagle Marching Band.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare to be entertained by the Palestine High School award-winning Kit Kat drill team. Officers for the Kit Kats are Junior Lieutenant Valerie Garcia, Senior Lieutenant Alexi Leeds, Senior Lieutenant Bernice Pedrano, Senior First Lieutenant Patterson Sanchez, and Senior Captain Kelsey Hogard. The Kit Kat of the Week honor goes to Zoe Huckabee. Kit Kats are under the direction of Esther Sparks and Assistant Director Marilyn Moore. Tonight, the Kit Kats will be performing a streamer routine to Your Mama Don't Dance. We would like to say a quick thank you to our halftime sponsor, Mindy Chambers with Landmark Realty. Tonight, the Pride of Palestine, the Wildcat High School Band, will present their UIL marching show, Bayou Rhythms, in memory and celebration of lifelong band member and close friend to all, Joseph Fabian. Joseph was a trumpet player and a member of the front ensemble. The band is under the field direction of head drum major Madeline Estrada and Angel Wilson. The band members of the week are junior tuba player Jose Penaloza, freshman trumpet player Joseph Barrios, and sophomore tenor saxophone player Diego Chavez. The section of the week is the loading crew. the direction of Susie Allen, Jordan Sanders, James Dewey, James Wilhite, and Jacob Wellman. The color guard is under the direction of Shelby Wynn. Join us next weekend at Lobo Stadium in Longview at 6:30 p.m. for their UIL marching contest. The Wildcat Band would like to thank their administration, band boosters, band parents, and community for their continuous support. Go Wildcats, and good luck to the Lindale Band at UIL.
All right, we are back here on NETSN. Brett Sweetie, Jeremy Diamond here, and we're going to throw it over to Jeremy. That was the longest halftime show in the history of halftime shows. Great performances from both bands.
It was.
But we're about ready to get the third quarter started. You got some stats for us here?
I do. Well, yeah, for one, it was a long halftime. It went past the recommended minutes, which is always a danger because you can inherit a flag from that, but thankfully we haven't seen one yet. For the Lindale Eagles, again, David Lindig, first half was 6 of 15 for 66 yards. Rushing, he had 41 yards rushing. And then you had, our man, number 5, Hank Thurman, had 80 yards rushing in the first half and 3 touchdowns. And then Jackson LeGros on that the Wildcat there had 5 yards rushing and a touchdown. And those are our big, kind of guys there on that end. As far as receiving goes, Caden Fowler had 19, LeGros had 12, Carnathan had 12, and then Dunn had 5, and then the tight end on that last play right before the field goal, Jackson Price had an 18-yarder. On the other end, for the Wildcats, Landon Brown was 3 of 8 for 40 yards. He had 63 yards rushing and a touchdown. Again, 59 of those on one play. And then the running back, number 14, Cummings, had 2. And then number 20, Briscoe, had 6. And then receiving-wise, number 4, Colt Metters, had 19. Number 6, C.J. Jones, had 15. And then number 11, Turner, had a 6-yard completion. But really, penalties were the big issue, right? For Palestine in the first half, they had 70 penalty yards to just 5 for Lindale. And again, Lindale scoring drives, their first one was 30 yards. Palestine countered with a 70-yard touchdown drive. And then Lindale comes back and scores on an 8-yard drive, right? So kind of 2 of their scoring drives are misleading because they had the ball so close. And then their third scoring drive was 51 yards. And then they had an 83-yard scoring drive for a touchdown, and then they finished the half with a 44-yard drive to get a field goal, and that gets us to our 31-7.
All right. Nice stats there. Thank you, sir. As we're getting set to start the third quarter.
And Colt James is going to kick this one. It looks like Ray and Thurman, I believe, are back deep.
And little short kick there, fielded going backwards by Fowler. He picks it up and it's got some room. Fowler get upended at the 40-yard line. Good tackle there in the open field by number 4. That's Colt Metters. Great tackle.
Yeah, and the hurdle play there did not work.
The hurdle took him out.
yeah, he clipped the hurdle on the way over, and so they're going to take over at the 40 here.
We've got one of our games on NETSN. Looks like Carlisle is taking the lead late, 12-7.
Oh man, that was a 7-6 game. I felt like forever it was the score.
Don't know how much time's left. I know it's under 2 minutes to go, so that's a thrilling game on NETSN. And it's going to be a handoff straight to the middle of Thurman. Ooh, got a face mat.
Yeah, it was close if he didn't get one.
He got a handful, it looked like. The tackle is made, but no flag thrown. So 7-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, and again, Thurman's picking up where he left off.
And it's going to be play action for Lynn Diggs and a pass out in the flat. And who is this? It looks like it's Carnathan.
Carnathan. Yeah.
So we're working on the name. So thanks for all the
Carnathan.
Carnathan. All right.
We're working on it. We're going to get there. But yeah, great catch by him. And again, that's going to get a first down. It's going to take him to the plus 48.
Almost have to separate it out.
Yeah.
Carnathan. So Lindig in the gun. Hand the ball off to Thurman. He kicks it outside and takes a couple shots, but still, again, goes forward for a forward gain of about 3. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ashton Cook had a big hit on him, but he didn't bring his arms. He didn't wrap up. So, Thurman does what Thurman does. He bounces off that and is able to pick up, looks like a yard on the play, maybe 2. I don't know. We're kind of getting.
We've got I think he might have got an injury down, looks like. So we're going to take a quick break here and check on the injury when we return. Be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. The injured player for the Palestine Wildcats, that's Ashton Cook, number 5. He kind of walks off, and they're going to check him out here on the sideline.
Yeah, he delivered a big hit there and then kind of didn't feel right afterwards, so they're just going to make sure he's okay.
Thurman off the right side. I mean, let's just be honest. Thurman laid the hit, Jeremy.
He did.
I mean,
he did.
he's that back that's going to lay the hit on you first. And Cook felt it there as he tried to make a big hit too.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the game last night, but it kind of reminds you of that Cam Scadaboo. He was dropping hits left and right. I think he was looking for people to hit.
Yeah, I saw enough of him last year for my liking as a Longhorn fan, but good run for Thurman up the middle.
Yeah, picked up another 4, it looks like.
Gain is just short of the first down.
So 4th down and 2 for the Eagles here.
And again, you're in plus territory. They're going with the 2-back or the green look here.
Oh, the receiver was 5 yards upfield there on the outside. It's going to be I don't know that they saw it right away.
No, it seemed like a delay. It was like, wait a second, hold on, that's not right.
He can't be 5 yards ahead.
Yeah.
I think that was number 9 out there on the outside. That was Copeland. He tried to get him a little bit of a head start. Didn't work there.
Yeah, and that one hurts because you had a 4th and 2, and now you're in a 4th and 7. So more than likely, the punt will happen here. And we'll see what Lindale comes up with. Well, looks like they're going to go under center here.
All right.
This is a big play for Palestine.
Did they mark it? Did they now 8? So it's like 4th and 8 now.
Yeah.
Oh, and they got him to jump. Free play. Lindig's going to take a shot down the side.
Oh, now they're blowing it
They're going to stop it. So I guess they just on the contact they were going to stop it there.
I think Coach Reyes is trying to get a false start.
They say someone moved and caused them to jump maybe.
Yeah. I think it's on the defense, though. And I think they blew it dead because Applewhite had a pretty good shot at Lindig there.
Yeah. They got the contact there. So they'll just go back to where they were. We're just trading 5 yards back and forth.
Yeah. They're just keeping the chain gang on their toes there, right? So back to the 40.
Not sure how much time's left in this Carlisle KU game, but there's they're running like a 3-8 defense here.
Nice.
Something.
Hey, you got to keep them in front of you. Yeah.
Interesting. And it's going to be a handoff this time. That's
Johnson.
Johnson there getting some love. Man, got a lot of finishing through tackles and on the outside there.
They're saying first down there, so Emilian Johnson gets the first down on the carry.
And a big win for the Carlisle Indians. Ibarra back on the field tonight, and a big win in that district for Carlisle.
Well, and that's the thing we talked about in our Pick'em show, right? We said, that we weren't sure if Ibarra was going to get to play, and that influenced mine. I thought he wasn't going to play, and so I went the Cayuga route for that reason, and he played, and he made the difference.
Oh, handoff up the middle. This time number 7 with the carry. That's LeGros.
Big run by him. Looked like, 8 there?
Yeah. So it'll be a 2nd down and 2. But, yeah, I was the same way. Not knowing the status of Ibarra influenced my pick. But, man, Carl, that's going to be an interesting district coming down the stretch.
Yeah. And, again, a huge win for them, and congrats to Coach there and his team for rallying there and getting the win. They were down 7-6 a lot of the game and scored late when it mattered most.
And right the middle of Grow again, just dragging tacklers across the 15 up to the 14-yard line, 1st down.
Yeah, nice 16-yard rumble there.
And LeGros getting some run here just at a straight-up handoff. He's done well with the Wildcat.
As I say, he's been their Wildcat guy, and they thought, well, if it works for the Wildcat, let's put him at that kind of, second tailback position and see.
Braylon Brown, manager, Anaya Hall. Your tunnel crew is Kason Brown Johnson, Rodney Knox, and Richard Rose.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Oh, got a little movement, and they're going to give 5 back. And his penalties tonight have been not what you want to see as a coach.
No. And again, just 15 on the night for Lindale, but again, don't hurt yourself, right? You've got the lead. You want to keep getting positive things going. And
well, it's 10 this drive, right?
Yeah, 10 this drive.
So not something you want to come out the second half and start making those kind of mistakes. Put yourself in a 1st and long. Although it hasn't seemed to have affected them so far. They were able to get they drew the offsides to get it right back a few plays ago. Lindig
try to do it again.
Going to hand off. No, he fakes it. Lindig spins off a tackler, and he's hit immediately. And he's going to get back to the 14, looks like. So it'll be a 5-yard gain for Lindig, and they'll be back to their original line of scrimmage there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and again, they can get a 1st down inside the 5, right inside the 4-yard line, and so they don't have to score to get a fresh set of downs here. And so, again, I think this is a huge drive for Palestine here. This can, getting a stop here gives you a chance in this ball game. You give up a touchdown, it's going to make it a long second half to try to come back.
Lindig, play action. Looks and caught. Carnathan, nice catch at the 5. It's a nice little rollout to the kind of the opposite shoulder. You can roll out here to the left as a righty. A tough throw, and a good job there by Lindig. And I think our game maybe. I think everybody in the whole area is going to finish before us. We'll have some finals before we go off the air tonight. Oh, a handoff, and that's Johnson, and he went through the first hit and then taken down at about the 4.
Yeah, and again, lucky to get back or lucky to get a yard there because he was hit in the backfield.
Yeah, that was Elliot Buckleyer that introduced himself.
Yeah, big hit in the backfield. Again, just couldn't quite make the tackle, but again, slowed him enough to get the rest of his team there to make the play.
So 1st and 4. So 4 plays to get 4 yards. We'll see if they get Johnson some love here and give him the ball here. And they do. Runs right behind the offensive line, and he's going to get to the 2. So we'll get half of it on the first play. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 at the 2.
So again, hats off to this Lindale offensive line tonight. They've done a great job of getting hat on hat and giving creases for the running back to hit. I think Coach Reyes is going to take a timeout here.
While he takes that timeout, let's. I'm going to go get some scores here. Got kind of go around the NETSN games. I'm going to jump around and see if we get some scores. See, first one we got Carthage taking care of business over in center tonight. They're up 53-7. That's in the third quarter. So that's no surprise there, as Carthage is Carthage. We got, let's bounce around. We got Hyde Park is now leading in the fourth quarter over Brook Hill, 24-14. A little bit of an upset there.
I think it was 14-3 at halftime.
Yeah, Hyde Park rolling off 3 touchdowns in the second half to take the lead there. Let's see, we've got...
I think White House was up 31-7 at halftime.
St. Augustine, 21-13 over Joaquin in the third quarter.
Wow.
So that's another game. That's one of our pick'em games. I think I had the Rams there in that one.
I think I did too. This might not be a good week for my pick'ems here.
Make sure to be in the pick'ems, make sure you go download the NETSN app. It's absolutely free, and you can jump in there and show us if either you pick with us or against us, and maybe show us that you can compete with us. And we talk about it every week on the show as well on the Beast from the East.
Got some big boys in the backfield here in front of Emilian Johnson, and that helps.
Emilian Johnson is in for the touchdown, 2-yard touchdown run for Johnson.
Yeah, great job there. There was a couple of hog mollies in the backfield there. Those were 2 big fullbacks, and they led the way. And nobody wanted any part of that, and let Emilian Johnson didn't really get contact until the goal line. And so another score there for Lindale, and looking to get the extra point will be 25, Elijah Pollard.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. So with 4:52 left here in the third quarter of play, Lindale leads 38-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back here on NETSN. And thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate everyone tuning in. It's been a good contest here. I think there's been some good things I've seen from Palestine. I mean, the penalties obviously have hurt them. And Lindale's taken advantage of great field position, but they've really been stopped tonight. It's been tough for Palestine's defense.
I think the biggest thing is we have not said Savorian Martin's name once tonight. And
he had that one pass that was kind of we didn't think he wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, and that was really it, right? Like they haven't gotten him the ball, and he's probably their best player. And again, that's going to be Lindale's game plan, right? Take away the best player. But you got to find a way to get in the ball here in this second half. I think that's your road to get back in this game is to get the ball to your best player, and so you've got to find a way to get him open. Whether you stack him in a bunch of 3 receivers and let him come off the ball, but you've got to be able to get him open. And Lindale again has done a great job all night.
Well, they game plan against Chapel Hill's dynamic duo receivers of Brown and Blaylock, so.
Yeah, it's not the first time they've matched up with some really good receivers.
Just shows they've got some good players in the secondary, and they can scheme up a game plan for somebody. They need to. And that game with Kilgore looming, they're going to need to do that.
Yeah, that was Cummings on the carry there, picked up 2.
So second down, and looks like they're going to say 8.
Yeah.
Scoreboard says 7, but it's 8 on the field. Ball's at the 32-yard line. I'd like to see Palestine get something going here. At least kind of get some good momentum going here in this game. Brown's going to pull, and he is kind of detoured outside and then met. And that was a weird tackle over there. Going to be a loss of a couple.
That was number 19. That was Kalani Kitagwa.
It was a interesting tackle. Just kind of looked strange.
Yeah, it looked like one of those, like, I guess, rugby-esque tackles, you know, where you somehow, I don't know, it looks weird and yet it works. And so
it's interesting that, you know, Palestine's running the quarterback all the way over to the sideline to get the play call, which is interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if there was some miscommunication in the first half, and then I wonder too if they're trying to make sure that Lindale doesn't have any idea what they're going to run. You know, maybe trying to keep that a little bit more secret, but it does take time.
Yeah, 3rd and 9. It was a loss of 1. Brown, a slant intercepted, picked off by Asher Metters, and he's going to return it for the touchdown. Pick 6 for Metters. Wow, he read that like a book, Jeremy. It was like he was reading the same book as Mr. Brown. He said, I don't like your ending. I'm going to change the ending. It's going to be a pick 6 in the end zone.
Well, and I think, again, they threw that slant a lot in the first half, and so Metters was just waiting. He just steps over 2 steps.
He jumped it, man. It was great read.
It looked like it was thrown to him. And then Brown's kind of – is that Brown or is that – I think that's Don Brooks grabbing his arm there. No, it is Brown.
It's Brown. Yeah.
Grabbing that non-throwing arm, looks like, his shoulder. So hopefully he's okay. Here's Pollard on the point after.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, off
it's
the
a doinker.
upright.
It's a doinker.
And it's no good on the extra point. So with 2:54 left here in the third quarter, Lindale now leads 43-7. We'll be right back here on NETSN. And we are back here on this, and our score is correct. I misspoke. Here in the stadium, it says 43-7. It is 44-7.
Yeah, they changed it to a pick 5 instead of a pick 6 here in the stadium, but it should be 44-7.
And a kickoff for Camden Lane. A little pooch kick, and Palestine better get on there.
It's booted.
They kicked it right to Lindale,
and
the
then
ball's
pick
still
it up.
loose.
It's everywhere.
That ball's got to have something on
That's
it.
That's a greased hog at the county fair.
Butter, something.
Man, that pigskin was everywhere.
They forgot what football they're playing, Jerry. They kicked it. It's a football kick.
The wrong kind. Man, he punted that thing about 25 yards across the ground, and then it got kicked back. And
did they end up getting the ball?
I'm still confused. I haven't seen an official point, but I'm assuming it is Palestine's ball at the 30. That actually might have been maybe it was intentional. Pick up an extra 22 yards on a kick.
They might have to make a rule for that because people start doing that.
I don't know. That was a crazy.
See, what you do is you send somebody deep, and then you just boot it so far up here it goes where they can recover it.
Yeah, at some point, when does it become intentional, right? I don't know. But, man, that was crazy.
So the 36-yard line is where Palestine will start this drive.
I believe
Brown, a little tough on the snap, and he's going to break through a couple of tackles, and he gets hit by a wall of Eagles at the 40. And he's going to get up to the 41 on forward progress.
So give him 5 on that.
Man, had some interesting plays tonight. That was definitely one of them. You had booted the ball up and got the.
Yeah, I feel like every week we have that one play where you're like, what just happened? What is going on? Like, yeah, We had the guy block a defender into a punt and go off his helmet and then scoop and score. We've had an interception last week off a defender's helmet where the ball shot straight in the air, and then that one, the kickoff.
Brown's going to fake the handoff, and then he is met and just driven into the ground. And they're going to give him
looks like
no gain. Yeah, but that's the toughest no gain he's going to get. He took a punishment for that one. So 3rd down now and 5 for the Wildcats here.
Yeah, I'd like to see some throws that can help him out. Maybe a bubble, or maybe, I think they need to run some level plays where you got players at different depths. Give him something easy to throw. Give him a rollout, some kind of, something to get his confidence up. Again, the slant was there, but now they're keying on it, so you've got to do something different here.
So you got Jake says that was a kickoff return trick play.
Yeah. The double kickoff, or I don't know what that would be called. Oh, we got a timeout. I think Coach Ray saw something and thankfully called timeout before it went really bad. I think he saw Caleb Walker getting ready to get in that backfield again and said, hold on, just not so fast.
We should probably block him. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And Palestine's got a 3rd down and 5 here. We got trips stacked over here on this near side. And they're going to throw it, and
somebody ran the wrong route. Somebody bubbled in, somebody went deep, and somebody went medium, and the throw kind of went in between. And
oops.
Yeah. And
was there supposed to be another receiver down here?
Maybe I don't know. And you had Savorian Martin on the sideline on that play, and so
it'll be punt time, and the busiest man in the stadium for Palestine back on the field is Colt James. When you don't want him to be busy, he has been tonight.
Yeah. And again, they're going to run Ray back. And
Colt James in the punt.
See if James can force Ray into a fair catch here, or if Ray can get a return.
He's done a really good job of forcing him into that fair catch tonight for the most part. And low driving punt down the sideline. Takes a little kind of a spin back bounce there, and it'll stop at the 25-yard line. Not a bad punt there. I'd take that because you keep it out of the hands of Ray there.
Yeah, I think it's a good – yeah, I mean, again, you got the ball back, right? They're going to have to go 75 yards here, and you don't give up a return. Again, that was probably Lindale's shortest drive of the night, just that Palestine's shortest drive there. They didn't get anything going again, and so the ball is going to go right back to Lindale here. Again, big drive. They've all been big, but especially here, you've got to keep this within reach to even have a chance of a comeback here, and it's probably out of reach at this point. But again, you want to build on something and have some positives moving forward.
They dig those a quick slant pass over at the 30-yard line. Pass was caught by number 9, Brody Copeland, for a gain of 5.
Pass complete, 5 yards.
That'll be 2nd down and 5. We've got some scores to go over here in just a minute. As we kind of into this quarter.
There goes Emilian Johnson on the run.
Johnson, nice run off the right side for the 1st down. He's up to the 41-yard line. And that was a quick, there's no way that's already reset the clock. There we go, okay. I say they shouldn't have to snap here. And I think that's going to take us down to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, 11-yard run there for a first down.
And some, let's see, get some scores for you. We're going to look for some scores, and we'll come back for the fourth quarter here as Lindale leads 44-7. Be right back on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, let's still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums,
He's going all the way.
your favorite athletes, your teams,
Ford breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh.
your passion, all in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picking into the secondary.
This isn't just a network.
Back here on NETSN, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. That's number 24, I believe.
Yeah, Andre
Foster on the run. So we got some new score. This district would be important. Chapel Hill and Kilgore. Kilgore leads 21-7 in the fourth quarter over there in Kilgore. So that's an important one in the seeding of this district. Looks like again Kilgore and Lindale could be playing for that district title here in a few weeks. Hand off again. It's Foster running through tackles. Nice, impressive run.
Yeah, down to the plus 44. So got 8 yards on that carry for him. So back-to-back big runs.
Bullard leading Rusk 24-7.
I think that's their homecoming tonight. I think that's what my mom and dad live in Bullard, and I think my dad said it was homecoming week there, and so.
White House all over Jacksonville, 38-14.
Good for White House. Happy for them, and again, Coach Stevenson is new to that program there in Jacksonville, and I think he's going to do big things. It just takes a little bit of time to turn a ship around sometimes, and I have no doubt he's going to be the guy to do it.
Another handoff to Foster, and they're looking to just run the football and run that clock here.
You know, we haven't seen Thurman since that first drive of the second half. He had 4 carries, got up to 17 in the game, and then we haven't seen him since then. And maybe this is just a chance for them to get him some rest, right? You don't need him, and you don't want to risk an injury, and so you've had some other guys come in and carry the rock. You've had Johnson, and now you've got Foster doing that.
You got Athens 46, Brownsboro 8 in the third quarter. Hand off to Foster. And Foster just churning yards. A big one over there in Overton. Got Lovelady in Overton tonight. Lovelady has now come back in that game, and they are in the lead.
Okay, because it was, 21-7 at one point. You and I were looking at it going, man, what is going on?
So 4 minutes to go over there in Overton, 37-29 with 4 minutes to go.
So it's a tight one. You got a one-score game there. Yeah, that Lovelady team's ranked high in our top 15.
You won
there.
points tonight, Jeremy? Go to Mount Enterprise, 62-43 with 2:54 left.
Mount Enterprise on the lead.
Mount Enterprise is up
on the Sandies.
It's going to be another run by Johnson's, cutting it back and forth, kind of weaving through tacklers, and a nice run for Johnson.
If I remember right, a friend of ours, he might work for that TV channel there. I think he picked the Grapeland Sandies, if I remember in that one. So
he
might not be, but he's had a tough run of late.
Well, there's a reason why he's kind of lower down in the pick'em contest.
Well, and he took a tough L. His team did the other night against the Giants, and then he
2 in a row.
I know. I know.
I didn't even want to mention it to him anymore.
Yeah. Not fly Eagles fly, unfortunately for them. Now this group of Eagles is doing
this is also his Eagles.
Yeah, so he's happy one half of his Eagles. Oh, big play!
Nice,
Johnson.
There you go.
That's how you
my
string
goodness!
it out. My goodness!
Johnson spins off one tackler, and then he had a whole host of Wildcats there in on the tackle.
Yeah, a pack of cats, or I guess it'd be a pack, right? I don't know. A whole host of Wildcats there.
Man.
So lost 5 on that one. They said 14, but it's really 15. It's hard sometimes to read the down markers too when they're kind of at an angle and they're about a yard or two off the out of bounds line there, but they've got to get to the 9 to get a first down.
Lindig handing off. It's Foster again. He's going to cut it outside, and great job by Palestine of the gang tackles. They're really wrapping up the running backs right here.
Yeah, that was number 22. That was Micah Tanksley on the tackle there.
Sometimes it's just hang on and wait for a buddy.
That's right. Yeah, so no gain on that one with all that work that Foster did. It seemed like he ran a long way to get nothing forward, right? He went sideways and
so 3rd and long here. Lindig scrambles around looking for a receiver, and he's going to just toss it and then gets a catch. Nice catch by number 35, Jackson Price, the tight end.
Tight end there.
And it's going to be short of the first down, but a nice little gain. And we got a flag on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, so a 5-yard catch there. We'll see if it stands.
It's weird it's on the other side. It's almost like it'd be a holding or a contact, legal contact or something. I don't know. Oh, or that. When you scramble around in the backfield a lot, then your line can lose track of where they are.
Yeah, sometimes when you see the quarterback run, you want to get downfield and help, and in this case, it cost him.
Well, and sometimes he almost tricks you and thinks he's going to take off running, so they go downfield blocking, and then you end up throwing it. So that's a tough thing as a lineman. It's like, you want to move down the field to block, but you also have to know, okay, what's my quarterback normally do? Is he going to? And Lindig does run a lot, so
right. That's
a tough spot to be in. I don't think you can blame him for that kind of play. So now it's a 3rd and really long here. I think it's around, was that 20? 3rd and 20?
Yeah, it should be right at 3rd and 20. So
ball's at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, so they got to get all the way down to the 9 for a first down. Again, I think you just want to get a bunch of yards back here so you can attempt a field goal.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just try to get some here. They're going to hand off to Foster. He's running right. And he is tackled down. He's going to get to the 27. So
and again, that was Tanksley, number 22, on the tackle there.
It would be a 44-yard field goal attempt if they attempt it here. And they're going to bring in Johnson back in. It looks like they're going to go for it. Or they're going to let the play clock run down, and then maybe they could try to draw them off here to get 5.
Yeah, I'm out.
And then maybe take a timeout?
Yeah, I would think you'd try to get him to jump here, and then if you need to, take the timeout. They might run it. I mean, you never know.
Oh.
Almost got the jump
He had that backer on the outside. Maybe he was close to jumping off there. Lindig's all kinds of pressure, just tosses it up.
Oh,
did he
toes?
catch it?
I think his toes were on the line, but what a catch there by number 12. That was a sorry, Colton Dunn. My fault. Yeah, Colton Dunn there. He tried to get the tootsies in and couldn't quite get him in on the line, and so
unfortunately it wouldn't have mattered because they still would have turned it over.
But it would have been a highlight catch, right? The toe drag, the toe tap.
So we got 6:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Trying to go through here and see if there's any more updated scores around the area. Shelbyville was up over Garrison at halftime, 26-21. I don't know what the updated score is on that, but that's that would be an upset. Shelbyville 1-4 had a tough start, and Garrison, a team we had really high preseason.
Yeah, that'd be a big comeback there.
And that's Cummings on the run there, and didn't have a whole lot of places to go. Was going to lose a yard.
I think they're even going to lose 2 on that one.
Give them 2?
Yeah.
Legion Fields that did get the win over in Big Sandy, 32-0. That's a game that we had on NETSN. Jeremy Titsworth were over there. St. Augustine looks like they're well on their way to get a win. They're up 28-13 in the fourth quarter, about 7 minutes to go there. Last update from Larry.
Yeah, kind of a surprising one there too, a little bit, right? I mean, Joaquin was a team. It is a tough district. You know, Joaquin was a team I thought would get the win in that game, and you know, if St. Augustine can hang on there, that's awesome for them.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Got a new quarterback in for Palestine. It's number 18, Noah Hutchinson, the junior quarterback. Looks like they're going to bring in Ashton Cook. Maybe in it, maybe get some tailback run here. Just looking ahead here for these teams. Let's see, Lindale. Actually, that game is next week. Lindale will host Kilgore next week, probably for the district championship, most likely. So, looks like Palestine will be on their bye next week. They'll get a week off and a chance to kind of regroup and, you know, look to try to get a couple of wins here in the late district season to get themselves in that playoff mix.
Oh, that's just a terrible time to get a flag. You can't wave that off if you get 2 flags there.
And then you, that's not a good celebration.
No.
You should have done the celebration and you pull the flag out and just throw it on yourself.
Yeah.
My bad. But yeah, that's going to be you got a game next week in this district. Pine Tree and Henderson is an interesting one.
Yeah.
We talked about who is that 4th team. We don't know right now. We think the 3 teams at the top are we kind of established it's Kilgore and Lindale right now, with them both beating Chapel Hill, or Kilgore is on their way, looks like, to winning that game. So you've got, is Chapel Hill that 3rd team, or is there somebody else that can knock them off? But who's that 4th team? We don't know, and so I think that's what's interesting. That Pine Tree Henderson game could be for that 4th playoff spot. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Handoff up the middle. It's Cook. Oh, my gosh, he trucked the tackler.
Man,
wow.
Somebody get the license plate on that truck, because that was huge.
Golly. Man. I think that was a statement.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so that was, you know, ball was on the 43 after the penalty, and then they get it to the other side to the 47. So from the minus 43 to the plus 47, so a 10-yard run there.
No, we are not in the 3rd quarter. That is my fault. We have been in the 3rd quarter this whole time, Jeremy. And we are in the 4th quarter, 3 minutes to go. Thank you, RLAP. We appreciate it. Again, it's a bad habit when you're getting used to the quarter changing on its own.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the assistance there.
You got Micah Tanksley in the backfield there running the rock. So a new back in.
Cook came in and ran one play and
we got some yellow on the field again.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this one fell or offsides on the defense. Okay, I couldn't tell. It was kind of wadded up. So I didn't know if it fell out of a pocket or if it was legit.
Yeah, I like that. You know, and maybe something we didn't see Cook at tailback any, but interesting to see if that was an impressive run. Like, if he can run like that, you may want to get him in the game a little more.
A little angry run there. Now wait. Oh, they're going to reset. It's going to be a 5-yard on the defense. They're going from the original line of scrimmage. I was confused.
Here we go. So 1st and 5 for Palestine here. Again, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. A couple things you can do for us. Obviously, this doesn't cost you anything to watch. We don't charge on NETSN, and we pride ourselves on that. And download our NETSN app, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like this video. All those things cost how much? Is it $5, $6?
Yeah, they're free.
Free. Okay. All right.
And another thing, you know, you've seen across the screen tonight some businesses that have sponsored our game of the week. You know, they're kind enough to do that for us so that we can provide this to you for free. And so if you have the opportunity, we'd love for you to support those businesses that support us. That keeps them going and lets them know that you're watching and paying attention to who's supporting your teams. That means a lot to them as well.
Handoff up the middle. It's Cook again. He's back in, bounces it outside, breaks a tackler.
Breaks another.
Man, Cook just spinning off tacklers, and he is running like there's no tomorrow.
Got all the way down. Looks like if they're going to give him the 30 there.
Man, what an impressive run by Cook. That's 2 nice runs here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, both of them for first downs, both 10 yards.
So 1st and 10 now. Palestine with the ball, trying to finish the game off on a good note here if they could punch one in. They're at the 30-yard line. That's going to be the 2-minute timeout. So we'll take one more timeout with you here. 2 minutes to go, 44-7. Lindale will be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we're back here on NETSN. 2 minutes to go here in the game. And we got a handoff, and coming around the left end, that is number 14, a tailback, Cummings, and he gets inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats here.
Big run there. I think it was 24 on the carry.
First down.
You're going to put the ball at the 6.
And a good drive here for Coach Ray's in the Palestine Wildcats here. I know it's, garbage time per se, but these are always important building moments, building into the bye week, something positive to look at here. It's going to be a handoff to Cook. Cook goes through. He's running through tacklers into the end zone for the touchdown. And a good drive there by Cook. He had some good runs in this drive. And I'd be willing to say that maybe he gets some looks at running back going out through the season here.
I would, and I think this is what this time helps you with a little bit, right? Seeing what you have, maybe putting some guys in different positions and seeing how they respond. And so good on Cook there for the strong run. So they still have not changed the score. It still says 43 on the scoreboard, but
I think they don't have any clue.
Yeah, I wonder if no one's going to tell them in this point. If it was the other direction, it might be. But.
So on for the point after is James, and the kick is up and good. So with 1:05 left here in the game, Palestine now trails 44-14. It's a great time to look at some scores. Looks like some finals coming in the NETSN app. Let's see what we got here. We got a final over there in Overton. Lovelady did get the win, 37-29. So shout out to Coach Laymans and the Overton Mustangs. Gave Lovelady all they wanted there in that district matchup. Let's see. We've got some other ones coming in here. Let's see. Got to find the ones that were updated here.
Henderson 62, Maybank 20.
Oh, okay. Statement for Henderson.
And then White House currently in the fourth quarter. They're up 45-14.
Okay. So it looks like we had 163 votes. 83% of them were Lindale. We had 12% Palestine and 5% just watching football on NETSN.
Okay.
So everyone tuned in. We appreciate it so much this evening. We've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've been able to keep you entertained with some good football tonight and maybe a few jokes here and there. And it's going to be a fair catch call for at the 22-yard line by number 14, Jacob Petaway. And Lindale is most likely going to try that here and take a few knees and take this one to the house. They'll move to 6-0 on the season. 2-0 in district play. Palestine will drop to 0-7, 0-3 in district play. So halfway through district for them. But they've got a couple of tough ones out of the way. They did lose to Henderson as well, so they've got to get a win over somebody. They've got a game against Kilgore. That'd be a tough task, but they've got to get a couple of wins against some teams above them, or they may just be able to be spoiler to somebody.
Yeah, you get to play the upset and see if you can ruin somebody's night.
And they're going to hand the ball off, and that's going to be number 15, Braden Hill, on the run.
I think that's actually.
Is it? Or 16.
Yeah, 16, Keenan Sanders.
Keenan Sanders, okay. I was wondering about didn't seem to fit the
position.
Yeah.
yeah.
That 5 and 6 always are the hard ones, I think, on those jerseys because of the way the numbers are written here. So
yeah, and give him 1 on the carry there.
And handoff by Lindale again, and they're going to run it again. A nice run, still going forward.
Looks like he's out to the 34.
So good run there by Sanders. And that's going to do it here in Palestine. And another impressive district win for the Lindale Eagles on the road, 44-14. So what a performance for the Eagles as they get ready to get prepared for a big matchup next week, Jeremy. Kilgore Lindale, that could be a pick'em game. I feel like that could be one.
That might be one of those game of the weeks too.
It could be.
That might be one of those that you get to see on a lot of different places. But yeah, it's going to be a huge game, and again, a big win tonight for Lindale. And again, I think the end of that game gives Palestine something to look at, right? It gives them an opportunity. They saw a couple of guys. I thought Cook looked good in the backfield as a running back, and so maybe a weapon to use in the future, at least something to make other teams think about. And again, just it's a good game when Thurman really only has to carry the ball 17 times, and again he had 3 touchdowns, and so just a big night for the Lindale Eagles, and again for Palestine, moving forward, a chance for them to try to ruin somebody's evening, right, and play the spoiler here, and kind of try to upset the district matchups here.
Well, next week, where'd you say we're going to be next week, Jeremy? Where's that? New Diana, wasn't it?
New Diana.
New Diana and Troop. And we'll have a lot of games on NETSN, so make sure you check the schedule. And
I'm looking forward to that. Again, we've had some great games on tonight, and again, if you missed them, and you only watched this broadcast, I encourage you to go back. We had 6 other ones live tonight, and so there were some really good games. You might check out that Cayuga Carlisle game. It went down to the wire. That'd be a great one to watch, and there are several others as well that we cover, and so
Lindale. He's saying Lindale missed the PAT. Score is 43-14. Now they did miss a PAT,
right? But before that, it was 38.
Right.
And so it was 38 before that, and then they got 6 on the touchdown. It would have been 45.
The board here in the stadium was wrong. We had ours correct. So, but that's going to do it here in Palestine. For our man Richard Diamond down on the camera, did a great job with the makeshift camera set up tonight. He get to try out the new little stage. I think he enjoyed it down there. So for Jeremy Diamond, I'm Brett Swinney signing off here in Palestine tonight. Lindale with the win, 44-14. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time right here on NETSN. Good night, everybody.
Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown.
Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho's still on his feet. He's still running.
Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he gonna score?
Wow!
Touchdown. Quick pass. Bork adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh my God. No
It's
more.
Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick six. Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little. Oh, he ran over the defender. A helmet coming off. Holy man. Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Bork again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott! Is a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost all the way. Just tackled at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo.
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh man. What a catch.